Here are today's top news stories and why they matter. Zambia's former president, the late Edgar Lungu, may be accorded a state funeral in Lusaka despite opposition from his family. A South African court has ordered the immediate surrender of his body. DW's Diane Hawker was in court today and has filed this report.
There were dramatic scenes in the High Court in Pretoria in the case involving the burial of former Zambian President Edgar Lungu. His family had wanted him to be buried here in South Africa, where he passed away on the 5th of June. The Zambian government approached the court, saying that he should be repatriated to Zambia, where he's meant to be buried in Lusaka. The court ruled in favor of the government, and the family was left distraught. Lungu's sister's tears were as a result of the family's view that the Zambian government had treated the former president poorly. However, the court felt that it was in the public interest for Lungu to be repatriated.
A former president's personal wishes or the wishes of his family cannot outweigh the right of the state to honor that individual with a state funeral and burial at the official site designated for national leaders.
After the ruling, representatives of the Zambian government said that they will immediately start plans for the repatriation and burial to take place in Lusaka.
I mean, if you go to Zambia, they call him father of the nation. When you are a father of the nation, you can't restrict yourself to your immediate family. So the man belonged to the nation, and so he's going to be buried in Zambia.
Sticking to the southern parts of the continent, some Zimbabweans are criticizing the move by United States Embassy to pause all routine immigrant and non-immigrant visa services. No immediate reason has been cited to this decision. However, the embassy says the Trump administration is protecting our nation and our citizens by upholding the highest standards of national security and public safety through our visa process. Why does this story matter? This move is seen as the latest travel restriction in Donald Trump's immigration crackdown, following an announcement of a pilot program which will require Malawians and Zambians to pay bonds of up to $15,000 to enter the U.S. on tourist and business visas. The Trump administration has instituted a raft of measures aimed at reducing visa overstay and misuse. In the interim, applicants with scheduled visa interviews at the U.S. Embassy in Zimbabwe have been asked to wait for information on rescheduling. Elsewhere, Israel's security cabinet has approved the complete takeover of Gaza City. The decision by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu marks the expansion of Israel's nearly two-year war in Gaza. Netanyahu says the takeover plan is intended to liberate Israel and the people of Gaza from the awful terror of Hamas. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer described the intention as wrong and urged the Israeli government to reconsider. Australia's Foreign Minister Perry Wong also urged Israel not to go down this path over fears of worsening the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. And finally, Spanish football club Villareal has signed former Arsenal midfielder Thomas Partey amid an ongoing probe against him for rape and assault. Thomas Partey is facing 5 counts of rape against 2 women and a charge of sexual assault against a 3rd woman. He was granted bail on Tuesday after he denied the charges at Westminster Magistrate Court. In a statement announcing the signing, Villareal said, while it firmly condemns any act of violence in all of its forms, it also respects the fundamental principle of the presumption of innocence and will await the outcome of the judicial process. Thomas Partey is set to join the club today at the training ground ahead of the 2025-2026 football season. And that's all we have for you today. Don't forget to leave a comment, do share, like, and subscribe to our channel, DW Africa. I am Ajua Tinkrama Domina.